This is the golden nugget information of email marketing about how to stay out of the spam and get yourself into the inbox. And this is based around your sender reputation. That is your little golden nugget right there. Every business has one, and the better your sender reputation, the better your chances are to getting into the inbox. So your sender reputation is based around 5 key metrics, which is your open rate, your click rate, your bounce, your unsubscribe, and your spam rate. And it's a matter of keeping all of these metrics healthy. Now, I know that might seem overwhelming, like how do I even keep them healthy? What are all these metrics and how do I even access this information? We're going to look at email in a different way because a lot of the times when we're coming to email, we're looking at it in such a mathematical funnel type of way. We're looking at it too analytically. Email is like a trust system, meaning that you need to connect with your subscribers much more regularly, just like you would with a new friendship. At the beginning of a new friendship, you're much more interested, you're excited, you're learning more about that person, you're starting to trust them, you're starting to value them. After a few months, you may drop off, communication might drop a little bit, but when they show up on your phone or on your social media, you're automatically connected to them because you've built trust and you've built that connection with that person. On the flip side of that, not all relationships last, and email is very similar to that. So one, you need to know how to create that friendship, nurture them, add value to the person's life, then continue engaging with them, sending them maybe weekly emails and staying connected as a trusted brand so that you can actually get into the inbox. And this is exactly how email works. You really need to build that friendship, that trust. You need to add value to that person's life. You're going to find that you are more consistent at the beginning stages of the customer life cycle. Then you're going to fall into the engagement side of email, which is kind of the middle section where you're just staying consistent. You're keeping that communication going. You're already trusted by the subscriber. And there's also the re-engage and the exit phase. So just like any friendship, things do come to an end. Just like a business, we may not be relevant to that subscriber anymore. Doesn't mean they don't value us and they don't trust us, but we may be selling baby cots, but they don't have a baby anymore. So we're just not relevant to that time in their life. So here are 5 ways that you can keep those metrics healthy, which will then keep your sender reputation healthy. And the first is having a nurture series, or other words, a welcome series. These are a series of emails that welcome your subscriber into the business. Now, I don't love the word welcome because these emails are not about you. It's about them. It's about their pain point. It's about you adding value and educating them on your product or on your service. You need to think of this series from a customer's point of view, but from a human being's point of view. How do you want to be spoken to from a business like yours? And how would your ideal client connect with your business? I have a whole video here which goes through the 5 foundational email automations, so you may want to jump over and watch that after, and I'll link that below as well. Second is sending your email newsletters to an engaged segment. So as I spoke about before, we have that welcome phase, which is where we're nurturing the subscriber in. Then after a while, they fall into kind of the middle pod, which is engagement. So these subscribers are going to be hit with your weekly email newsletters. And it's important to understand that your whole email list is not going to be 100% engaged with your content. It is normal for people to become unengaged. So you need to make sure that you're focusing those email newsletters to an engaged segment only. I have created a whole video here which you can follow through about how to create an engaged segment within your email platform. This video I walk through how to do it within Klaviyo, and this can be applied to most email platforms out there. So it's really handy to give it a watch. What this does is keep those open and click rates very, very high, because once they start falling down, this is a surefire way that you're going to start falling into spam. Number 3 is planning your email content. Now, I know that this probably seems like, duh, of course I'm going to plan my content, but I don't mean planning it the day before or planning it the day of. I mean looking at a whole marketing calendar. What's happening in your business this month? What are you promoting? Where's the omni-channel feeling? And that means what's happening on social, what's happening on your website, what's happening on email, all of these platforms speaking to the same promotion, the same collection, the same excitement about your brand. No matter where I go as a customer, am I still going to feel brand aligned and brand connected? I have a whole course on this about how to build an email marketing calendar. I have an advanced Notion document which really helps you plan it out, understand your email content pillars as well. So I'm going to link that below if you are interested. It also doubles as a whole email marketing calendar. So that's what I really love about planning email content. I find it a little bit easier to plan email content, plan my business, and then fall into social media planning. Number 4 is give back where you can. An email list should be special. An email list should be getting something different to what the public are seeing on your social media or what the public are seeing when they go onto your website. By signing up to an email list should be important. That's why everyone says it's a VIP list. If you're going to state that it's a VIP list, then you should give something extra. So you'll find by giving back, even just adding some more value, giving an extra freebie, doing a gift with purchase or a bundle that is only offered to an email list. Things like early access work really well for an email list because no one else is going to get this. When you really set a standard with your email list, and they know that it's something that you only offer to your email list, the loyalty really starts to grow. And the last way to keep your sender reputation very, very healthy is actually knowing how to re-engage or try to re-engage your subscribers. So we've been through the nurture phase, we're in the engagement pod, which is that middle stage. And now we're talking about that stage where people become unengaged. Maybe they're no longer brand aligned. Maybe they unsubscribe themselves. But you also have a segment of people that won't unsubscribe. They will just become unengaged in your content because it may not be relevant in their life. You need an automation set up to really filter these people. And you're going to work on obviously re-engaging them first, seeing if they want to come back in, maybe offering a discount or just being honest with them and letting them know like, hey, are you still interested in what we have to offer here? It's all good. If you're not, you can just simply unsubscribe. Yes, it's going to bring these metrics down, but it's a smarter way than just hammering this unengaged segment at a later date and then really hurting your sender reputation. This particular automation is called a sunset automation. And just as I touched on before, I do have a video that goes through those 5 foundational email automations. So I highly recommend to jump over and get those ones set up because this should be set up before you really start rolling out too many emails. I know I haven't touched on the specifics of every single individual metric, and I've done this for a reason because majority of businesses look at email in such an analytical way that they're missing the human connection. Email works in 3 different phases, which we've already spoken about, which is the nurture phase, the engagement phase, and the re-engagement phase. When you really understand those phases and know how to stay consistent with email and really know how to have a friendship and create value and educate and have a connection, when you're creating content coming from those different phases, things really do change in email marketing. Once you understand those foundations and you really stay consistent and you have good content that people actually want to hear about, then you can start diving more into your analytics, right? You can then look at an email like your welcome flow. You may have 5 emails in that welcome flow, and you might say to yourself, oh, okay, we've got a problem with email 3. The open rate is very low, the click rate is low, and maybe our spam rates are just through the roof. This is where you would look at that particular email and try and make it better. Maybe change the timing. Maybe instead of sending it 2 days later, it needs to go 1 day later. Maybe the subject line is just not hitting home to your customers. There's so much that we can talk about when it comes to sender reputation, but if you don't have your foundations right, then we're just going to be constantly hitting ourselves in the head every time we try and change one certain little thing to help one particular metric. Get your foundations right, understand your customers, understand how to nurture them and excite them, and then start looking into the nitty-gritty. I have plenty of videos here on YouTube that walk you through all of these foundations, and obviously I'm on social media giving bite-sized bits of information, so feel free to jump over there and check it out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.